Okay, and another game today. Ooh, so HeadlessChicken. Let's play D4 again. So will it be Groomfield or King's Injured now? I wonder the 4 pawns attack. There's this violent line Simon Williams showed at Ginger GM recently, which involved, I don't think he's going to let me play it. There was a sort of pawn sack in the centre. Speaking of pawn sacks, if I take knight e4, knight g5, f5, that looks like an unsound attack. What about e5 here? e5. I think I might actually be approaching the idea of the Simon Williams pawn sack without really realising it. I just want to lose e5, but gain some pressure against the king side. So I'm going to lose the e5 pawn. Okay, so knight g4 is going to happen. I'm going to lose e5. On the other hand, this bishop and this rook hopefully going to be dangerous. There's some squares to attack on the king side. Some exciting stuff. CD here or bishop g5? In fact, bishop g5 is looking as though I don't even need to sack a pawn. So maybe bishop g5. If queen b6, I take the knight, attacking the queen. Surely he can't play queen b2. If f6, maybe even queen takes d5 check. Yeah, this is looking dangerous actually already. So the 4 pawns attack is kind of, Neil Bradbury used to say it's the most violent thing against the King's Injured. Neil Bradbury was an IM of Barnet Chess Club, but I don't know what he's thinking about. I don't think he's been that active in chess in the last few years, but he regarded it as the most violent approach. Okay, so knight takes d5, big knight, or c takes. If knight takes, knight e5, knight takes, bishop takes e5. At the very least, there's knight f6 check to pick up the dark squares. So I think I'll go for that. Dark square attack against the king could ensue here, particularly the f6 square. What else is there to note about this position? So knight e5, bishop e5, knight f6, bishop f6, bishop f6, and now I just need to crawl into the dark squares. Has he played this wrong? I don't know. It looks as though this is wrong for black, whatever he's played. What about bishop d2 to c3 here? Protecting e5. Is that too passive? Bishop d2. Queen moves back. Bishop c3. What would I gain out of that? Maybe just, I don't know, bishop f6 even? Bishop f6, is that possible? Bishop h4. I'll go for bishop h4. Actually, bishop can sneakily come to e1 to attack the queen here. But again, this idea of trying to just get in on f6, but has he created just another weakness, or is this much better than the other variation now with this pawn of h6? What other tactics here? b4 is to be considered. Bishop d3s at some point. Where is this bishop going later? Is it going to f3 to d5 later? Okay, I can violently sacrifice a knight, but no, I don't really want to do that, I think. Maybe just bishop g3 or bishop e1. Bishop e1 to c3. Or bishop g3, I think bishop g3. Surely these are weaknesses on the knight squares. Surely they're punishable. Maybe just bishop d3 and queen h5 now. Okay, so e5 is still a problem. E6 and bishop c7, where's the queen going? We just e6 and knight c7, just winning the exchange. Could go for that. E6 and knight c7. It's not quite in the spirit of what I'd intended. See, bishop d3, I don't like the idea of a knight landing on e5. On the other hand, I could take with the bishop, give them the dark square bishop, queen h5, hitting h6 in some lines, and f7. On the other hand, if the rook was there, it's not going to hit that. He has time to defend f7. I think I've just got to get a move, and I'm going to play this plan. I don't want to lose too much time here. Factor in the clock again. So, light square attack, hopefully. Alright, so knight f6 actually would be a dark square attack again. Dark square with white square, I can't make up my mind. So I'll play this, knight f6. Okay, so h6 is a bit weak. I can have bishop e5 if I need it. Queen d8 attacks d3, trying to get exchange of queens. I don't know, queen h5, queen d3, queen h6, the queen can come back to h7 maybe. Queen e8, what about bishop e5, rook e5? Oh, he's attacking that, rook h6, okay. Queen takes. Have I got a good position here? I can double up rooks anyway to coordinate these guys. Okay, so f7, why don't I just go for f7? Something like queen d5, there's bishop e6. Or what about just h4, just trying to peel open from g5. Queen's out of the way at the moment. So, I don't know, h4, is that too slow? Or bishop e5 takes, rook f7. Bishop e5, I'll try bishop e5. Just try and deflect this rook, get these rooks working. The queen surely coming in there is going to be a forced mate. Rook f7, queen h7. This looks good. The dark squares look too fatal here. Maybe just rook takes f7 now. Queen g6. Rook f7, queen g6. How does he defend that? That's it. He's resigned. I mean, it's not defendable. So let's have a quick look at that King's engine with a kind of pawn sack idea, which wasn't really taken advantage of until he weakened lots and lots of squares. So his dark squares are very weak. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.